Good morning. There are a lot of good friends of Buncombe County, Asheville City, and Madison County schools in here, and we recognize a lot of faces. We come and hopefully have dynamic and energizing and conversations with you a lot. But my first duty is to make sure you know us. So Christy Cheek, Buncombe County Schools.
Lana Bradley, Asheville City Schools.
Brent, Caldwell, Madison County Schools.
And we are all career and technical education directors for our systems. And so now what I want to do, first of all, is how many of you have been in a high school in the last 5 years? Raise your hand. Excellent. How many of you have children in a high school? Excellent. How many of you have any grandchildren in a high school? And how many of you have any grandchildren in like K-8? Excellent. And how many of you have dogs? See, there are more of you that have dogs, right, than have children. So now you get great perspective. Unfortunately, the dogs cannot go to work for you, so it's time to kind of let you know what public schools are doing. And the great presentation before kind of leads us right into what we're doing and our work. So the good thing about CTE and career and technical education is in Buncombe County, Asheville City, and Madison County schools is that we've been around for a long time, and we work as a united team.
Yes.
We work as a consortium, and we've been around as a consortium since around 1983, 4, probably something like that. And we have some people in this room that weren't even born then. So we're old, and we call ourselves old school. But that's okay, because the partnerships and the deep knowledge that we've developed together and the trust among our systems and our community college partners really ensure that we have deep relationships and we have deep bonds. So I think, I'm not sure exactly who those CTE people were referenced in the prior presentation, because that's not us. So I'm just going to say that. In Buncombe County Schools, we have over 17,000 students taking CTE courses, and that could be a duplicate account, because once we get them, we keep them over and over and over again. And so we are very proud of our CTE program. We answered industry's call to ramp it up. And one of the things that we knew going in is, you can't continue to be a build a birdhouse and bake a cake kind of world. And so I think it's demonstrated not only in Buncombe County School, but in their systems as well, as we look towards the future and we put in programs such as Project Lead the Way. And if you've never heard about that program, it is a pre-engineering and pre-medical program that starts as early as the 6th grade. So what all of us do and are required to do by law and by our programs is to really look at our industries and look at our career clusters and what do we need to be preparing our children and not our dogs to do. So that is a cry that we heard very loud and clear from the industry. And for example, I am thankful to say in 3 of our schools, and hopefully in some more, but we will be starting a Pro Start program for our students, and that's certainly industry content in the hospitality and foods world. So we certainly look different than we did 20 years ago, 10 years ago, or however many years ago, and we hope we're answering the call to you. Now, do we get every student in the school? No, we don't. We recognize that too. But at the same time, we touch as many people as we can, and we hope that our message is getting out. Lana and Brent share the same responsibilities that I do. I just do it on a larger scale because we have 6 districts. However, I'm so fortunate I have the best team that is out in my schools as possible. if I go out and get hit by a truck, which I hope I do not do, but anyway, they could just pick right up and carry on. So I'm going to give you my team who serves each individual high school, and if you ever need them, they will gladly show you around. They are the career development coordinators that lead internships, apprenticeships, job shadowing, whatever. I will say to you, don't be a one and done. Be a live here, be a rocket for the day, be a rocket for the year, be a war horse for the year, be a whoever you graduated from for the year. And it doesn't just extend in Buncombe County, Asheville City, and Madison. You've got to be dedicated and adopt that school or schools or county or counties. We'll take you all. So I'm going to start off with Jeff Hackey. Jeff, if you'll stand. Jeff serves Irwin High School. He also helps out at the middle school. So if your business is located and want to tag out Irwin High, he will gladly help you. So that's Jeff Hackey. Lisa Roberts serves the Owen District, and she's Owen High, and also does the same with Owen Middle. And also standing with her and helping out there is Mrs. Holt. Mrs. Holt loved when somebody mentioned Western and NC State together. She was right over there doing this and the other kinds of signs. So she also is at our community high school, and that's located in the Owen District as well. And then Lisa Sellers is in the Inca District, and she also helps out. We've opened a new intermediate school in our Inca District, and so she is there ready to heed the call in the Inca District. Taylor Baldwin serves not only Nesbitt Discovery School, but he also serves every one of our middle schools and intermediate schools. So if you need some engineering advice, you go to him. He would gladly help you out. Rodney Smith. Rodney's taken on a new role this year. He's helping out Nesbitt Discovery School because what we did when we built that school, we promised got to drink just a second. Every child there will receive an internship. So they're going to be going out. It is a promise we made to those students. And so he has a big job to fill. He also will serve as the work-based learning coordinator for our county. Mrs. Tanya Tommy, is in the T.C. Robertson District. She serves T.C., Valley Springs, and we have a unique combination of Cane Creek, which is split in half, and those students either go to T.C. or to Reynolds. And Michelle Smith is at Reynolds High, and she serves Reynolds High, Reynolds Middle, and then the other half of Cane Creek. So Kathy Reese is North Buncombe, and she is North Buncombe High, North Buncombe Middle, and North Windy Ridge. So that's the Buncombe County School team. Brent is going to introduce his career development coordinator.
And mine is Jimmy Huey. Jimmy is based at Madison High School. He is my boots on the ground at Madison High School, does a wonderful job, and is our work-based learning coordinator as well. So if you have any internships or apprenticeships that you would be interested in making available to our students in Madison, Jimmy Huey will be your first point of contact.
And Lana will introduce herself.
I do serve as the Career Development Coordinator as well as the CTE Director for Asheville City Schools. So you will see me quite often at both the middle school as well as the high school, and I would love to hear from all of you. So I would be the point of contact for any Asheville City School facility.
So sometimes we have to take our director hat off and put another hat on, just depending on what it is. But one of the things that we really pride ourselves on is really knowing what our industry demands are. And so again, we credential our students in high schools, and they can earn a Microsoft certification, work keys, or the career readiness certification. We do Serve Safe, which thank goodness when I go to a restaurant, I certainly look for it. And there's a multitude of credentials. And like the General Assembly likes apprenticeship, they like career and technical education, which we're very thankful for. and have given us some credential money. And like in our county, if a student earns their CNA, we reimburse them for that credential. So we think that's very important. Our students are getting work-based learning experience, and we operate a WIOA program where students are able to go out on the job and really learn. We in Buncombe County, now you have to realize, believe it or not, we are much larger, but our students, we sent out over 3,500 industry credentials last year with our students. So we were really, really proud of that number, and anytime they can walk out with a credential is something to be very proud of. So Lana can talk about her credentials.
Yes, just a few years ago, I was at a regional directors meeting and where we were informed of the Asheville City School credentials, and our number was a little low, and so I'm very proud to say in just the last 2 years alone, we've gone from 64 credentials to this past year well over 300. So very proud of that, and it's the same credentials as Christy's mentioned, because all three of us offer the same credentials. Looking to add new credentials. In fact, I'm very excited. I just signed the paperwork on a new one yesterday. That is a new program that DPI has released. So as we work to getting those students those credentials, we're really doing that so we can help provide you and meet your needs and provide our students with the best information and the best skills possible as they leave our facility and perhaps enter yours. I did just want to mention a couple of things. One additional way that we get students information about business and industry is students at work. That all three of us participate in, and that's a wonderful opportunity for our middle school students to go out into business and industry. I see lots of familiar faces that have participated with that, and I believe we did, was it over 900?
Over 900 middle school students.
Over 900 middle school students this past spring went out into business and industry, and that's divided up into different days, and so those days range from hospitality to a STEM, advanced manufacturing, help me guys, healthcare, hospitality,
and government.
So we really try to divide those days up to where it's actually, really enlightening our students, and which, when we share information with them, then we hope they go home and share it with their parents as well. Some things that we do to try to market our programs, we do videos. We have Facebook pages. We have web pages where we just are constantly updating information, career events, career days. We provide educators in industry where we send teachers out into your business and industry to try to enlighten them to what the real world is today, and so they can bring that back and share that with their students. We provide information to our PTSOs, and the list can go on and on about the things that we are trying to do to market our programs. I know insurance was mentioned, and I just wanted to address that. All three of us provide insurance for our students, and so for my students that are interning today, they have insurance protecting them, and this is true for all three LEAs, all three school systems. So that is provided, just have a little peace of mind for you. But I do want to really encourage you, please don't hesitate. Please reach out to us. I have a great example, and someone in this room, and I just looked at him because I'm so happy with the city of Asheville who contacted me, and so because of that, we have something in the works for our students, and that would have never happened if he had not contacted me, because honestly, I didn't know the opportunity existed. So please don't hesitate. Reach out to the career development coordinators and myself and to the directors, and help us help you better serve our students, our community, And now I'm going to turn over to Brent, and Brent can add any additional comments.
All right. A couple things about Madison. Our enrollment in CTE courses has increased over the past few years. In fact, 3 years ago, we were 615. Last year, we're over 1,000 students were involved in our CTE programs. So it is a very strong and viable program in our county. One area that Mr. Huey and myself, we've decided to focus on this year is the work-based learning, and he's developed a 3-year plan to where within 3 years we want to have at least 90% of Madison High School students participating in some form of work-based learning, whether that be an internship, an apprenticeship, job shadowing. So we have noticed that was a weak spot for our high school, and we're addressing that and have the 3-year plan to try to accomplish that 90% goal. As Lana said, we do provide insurance, so if you have any internships or apprenticeships that would be fitting for our kids, please be sure and let us know. We already have great relationships with a couple of folks in the room and definitely open to hearing more.
So one of the things, we start as early as 6th grade, which is a wonderful grade to start with, because I've said this before, and I don't mean this harsh in any way, but if students are not aware, you're never going to get them. So when I talk about career awareness, I'm talking about everything from a virtual job shadowing kind of experience to that person coming into the classroom and, telling them to however they can look at your business. I don't care if it's sponsoring a page on their yearbook, or whatever. They've got to at least know about you. If they don't know about you, you're in the dust. I'm just going to say it, okay? So, and if you'll turn in this handout that we provided, and I'm going to, Nathan knows I tell the truth, and I'm going to fess up to you. So when we put all this together, I made some corrections on it, and of course, guess which one I printed? The wrong one. So I can post the real one. I'm just going to say it. So you can just go along with me here, though. But one of the interesting things that we talk about in CTE is we have 8 program areas. And if you think about how large it spans, we take care of, and I'm going to say this as a we, and Nathan, will you watch our time? Okay. We deal with agriculture, business and information and finance technology, career development, family and consumer science, health science, marketing and entrepreneurship, technology, engineering and design, and trade and industrial education. So your hope, those of you who had kids or grandkids, you want that person to have a career and not sleep on your couch forever. So I don't know if that child studying math, you just hope they don't study math for the sheer enjoyment of studying math. You want them to do something with the math. You hope that they can be an engineer, or that they can run their own business, be an accountant, something. You want them to have a career. So that's where we have a dynamic curriculum, and it is updated all the time. We just learned that at our meeting last Friday, some of the courses that were in our course of study are going by the wayside in order to bring on new courses that industry is demanding. So we have a great curriculum that's supported with credentials. We also talk about job shadowing, work-based learning opportunities, and then one of the very, very strong holes in our programs are career and technical student organizations. Anybody in here, when you were in high school, a member of FFA? How about DECA? Yes, me too. Yes. How about FCCLA? How about HOSA? Okay, TSA? What did y'all do in high school? Yes. So this is a way that students can put into practice what they're learning in a competitive environment. Some of our students have just recently competed in Anaheim, California, bringing us home gold medals. And they're putting what they're doing into practice, getting their soft skills in order for you. And boy, what a great way to learn. One of the greatest things I can tell you about the excitement of students competing, as me as an advisor, was praying for them that they were going to win first place. The excitement that they felt when they had achieved their goal was just wonderful. So as we watch our students do that, we host a robotics competition, all these different events. Yesterday, the truck and tractor was held at the fair. And I'm very excited to say we have a first place truck driver and will go on to state. Those things matter. Those students are developing skills. So this is a great opportunity. If you want to judge at one of these competitions, come see what those students look like. This year at the DECA competition, I think it's November 10th, they're going to have people being able to set up a booth at the Civic Center. And this reaches all the western region. So it's just not Buncombe County, Asheville City, Madison. It is McDowell, it is Franklin, it is all the western districts. And you could set up a booth and see over 300 students that day. So those are great opportunities for you. Then, just so in case you come to these things and you say, well, I just don't know how to get involved, you can flip to the next page, and we've given you a plethora of opportunities that you can do to get involved with our schools. And they're not big, they're not huge, but they matter to us on how you can get involved. You may say, what does that have to do with work-based learning? That's the awareness piece. If they know you're sitting there, they know about your company, and they've got to know about you. We have some friends that have been with us a long time, and I know when I need something, I call them up and I say, can you host our students to do such and such? And then out of all of these things, yes, and here are the kids. And then the kids go over, they recognize them, and life is good. But you help us solve that soft skills part. You help us groom our students. You help us educate our teachers on your business. You help us work with our counselors. How many of you went to school when a guidance counselor was around? How many of you know about name changes in your business and duties? Well, our guidance counselors are no longer guidance counselors. They're called school counselors now, and they don't necessarily do career counseling. The career development coordinators are the people you need to contact because they'll get you in the door. They're the ones that really set up everything. So we need you. We're about community, and we're about economic sustainability. So do you have anything else y'all want to add? If you want to talk to the career development coordinators, ask them any questions, ask us any questions. We're darn proud of career and technical education in the West, especially in Buncombe, Madison, and Asheville City schools.
Thank you so much. Y'all have any questions for this panel about what's going on in Madison County, Buncombe County, and Asheville City schools? Yes.
Being from a staffing agency, do you guys work with them at all? Because a lot of manufacturers in the area do only work with staffing agencies to get people in the door.
Mm-hmm.
So, and what are you referencing? Say we will work with you as in how?
Like with an internship?
Absolutely. We love interns. You know why you like interns? Because they're free. You don't have to pay them. They, as a learning experience, it is free help for you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We would love that opportunity.
They're learning.
Please
That's
reach
what
out.
it's about. It's about learning.
And it opens a lot more doors.
Don't keep them in the same job, filing. You know, get them out and about. Yes.
I'm Jay Hackett from Green Opportunities, and one of the things that we've been addressing with some folks that are in our demographic area, that students are graduating that may not have taken advantage of some of these opportunities early on. They're not ready for college. They don't have the credentials, but there's like this kind of gray area, this great abyss they're falling into. I wanted to know how or what is possible in terms of offering short-term credential trainings, this kind of continued career and technical education after they graduate? How could we hand off that baton?
So after graduation, we certainly hope we're going to hand them to our community college partners over there at AB Tech, right? That's our goal. Or any other of our post-secondary partners, whether it be whoever. Or if they can't do that, I do know that AB Tech runs a strong Con Ed program, that's something that they could go and work on.
They're our education partners, our program.
Right. So we try to credential every kid possible till high school. After that, there has to be that transition piece, and what we try to do is school them enough to know what their options are after that. And then if we can't coddle them all along, even though we wish we could, but we have to just give them like some possibilities out there. And you're right, there are some kids that graduate, whether they just don't feel ready yet to go to school, they don't feel ready yet to go to work. I don't know why, but anyway, but you just kind of have to work with those kids and really get them to understand the value of $1. Get them to understand they can't stay on the couch all the time. Get them to understand they need to eat. So, and it's a lot of one-on-one attention and personalization.
One way we can address that is to respond to that. I mean, we can start with these kids as young as, like
Sixth
sixth,
grade.
7th grade, coming out to your businesses
Yes.
to see what's going on, and you can tell them, because if we can catch these kids early on, let them know what they need to do to prepare. Hopefully those don't slip through the cracks like you're referring to. They can get those credentials while they're in high school to where when they graduate, but the best way to handle that is for them to see what's going on prior to graduation and early enough that we can address those things. And some of it's just, they've got to see what work looks like. We've heard that several times. And that's what we're talking about. That's where the job shadowing, the internships, those types of things.
And kids love seeing daring things, let me just say. They love going up on the pole and the bucket truck. Oh my gosh, don't they? I mean, they go up on that bucket truck and they think that's the best thing in the world. I mean, seriously. And at Duke Energy, they watch those people climb that pole and cut that dummy down. And I mean, it's exciting to them. So it is about you opening your business up for them. And maybe it's not exciting what you do, but you can make it exciting. Use great terms, automation and robotics. That's what they get into. So it's a different speak language for them. So.
Thank y'all so much. We appreciate your presentation.